Alright everybody, welcome back to 2064 Read-Only Memories. When we left off, we just found another dead body. You know, well actually I think it's like technically the first dead body we found. I mean, the first time we witnessed someone being severely injured, they were just, you know, being tossed out of a window. I don't know if she's dead or not. I just know she was tossed out of a window. Yeah. This is gonna be fun. Yeah, we're at this guy's house and he's super duper double dead. You know how that old song and dance goes. I just love how I'm like, you know. Pretty sure this is the one. Boom. And we're gonna go talk to this guy, and yeah, we found out that he'd been killed. He'd been dead for like a day or something.
It's so gruesome, so tragic. I was never prepared to handle anything like this. I hate this.
I'm sorry, Turing.
We shouldn't disturb him.
Okay, you have a point. Ugh. It's touch sensitive. This entire desk must be Mr. Otsuka's computer.
I'll start downloading these files.
You watch for the cops.
I finished my examination of Mr. Otsuka's computer. I didn't find anything particularly interesting, but I copied some files to be examined later. If we're all done here, we should hurry and go warn Nanya about what we found. Charlie and Sympathy, too. They might be in immediate danger, so we must act fast. Let's head for Nanya's business.
Leave through the window? I don't think there's anything else, right? A fancy newsfeed made of multiple streams on the mesh. Idly plays on the TV muted. Can't find any way to make the TV work. The flat screen is bare embedded in the wall. I'm not worried about that. Speakers, amp, robot is unconscious. Alright, let's get out of here. Yep. Our cop friend is just there. Hi. Go where I want you to go. There we go.
Shit! What the hell are you doing back here? Wait, let me guess. You stole some of my files, or hacked my brain, or used telepathy or some shit. Found out someone else got hit by your little ghost in the machine, and when you got there, found out he was deader than new disco.
Yeah, well, yeah, but we didn't read your mind.
That close enough?
But we did find him dead.
That is distressingly accurate.
Well, it wasn't much of a damned guess. Charlie Nova is dead.
Oh, fuck.
What? Charlie is...
The autocab he was in drove him right off the bridge and into the bay. It's been all over the news for the last 10 minutes, and
Are you sure
I'm not
he's
looking
dead
to be
and he
next.
didn't just swim away? Charlie Novas goes under, like he fakes his death and disguises himself, but he's too stupid to stop acting like Charlie Nova. Sorry.
I'm getting the hell out of Neo-SF, and I'm gonna forget that I ever saw you, ever knew Charlie, ever gave a shit about any of this.
Probably for the best, Nonya.
Hell, maybe I'll pick up a new career.
Ooh, you could be an art teacher.
I'm less likely to get murdered for being a fry cook. That's for damn sure.
Or a fry cook.
Have a good life!
Oh no! No! Why is this happening? There was no one in that car! No heat signatures, no wireless emissions,
Dude
nothing!
just got fucking creamed.
That wasn't even an auto cab! It's a manual!
How is that even possible?
I don't know! I don't know! That's it! too much! I've had enough! I don't care who's controlling the news anymore! Almost everyone we've talked to so far has died, and I can't live with any more blood on my hands! We're not investigating this lead any further. As of right now!
It's not our fault, Turing.
Logically, I know that. We haven't set out to harm anyone.
And we didn't choose to kill anybody. Whoever's doing this, that's a choice they made.
But someone is using us as a stalking horse, hiding behind our investigation to clean up whatever this is. If they want to keep taking out people involved in this, they're going to have to dig them up without our help. We don't have any other leads anyway.
This is weird. They're getting information through us. I wonder if I or Turing has been bugged in some way.
Thank you for sticking with me, though. We have more pressing avenues of inquiry to make. Let's move on.
I would be patting myself down. I will try to remember that game. I'm not very good at it. I'm just like, oh yeah, I should probably save. Like, logically, that's a good idea. But emotionally, I want to be broken when my game suddenly, goes off the rails.
Well, we should go to Melody's home and at least meet her.
I killed my plant on accident. I found out that you could keep it alive, and I didn't realize that I had to make frequent stops back at my house. You want to talk about it, Turing? Fuck. Wait, hold on. As soon as there we go.
Today is December 22nd. Just 3 more days until Christmas.
Oh, cool. We get to have Christmas together, Turing. What do you want? What do you want for Christmas? He's like, what? Alright. Something wrong?
Oh, I'm sorry.
What's wrong,
I was
buddy?
wool gathering. I see we've arrived at the Melody Flores residence. It's quite impressive.
Are you afraid to knock on the door because the last time we did there was a corpse inside?
But that's to be expected, considering that she is still the majority owner of the Flower Cybernetics Group, despite retiring from day-to-day operations at the company. I wonder how she and Hayden first began working together. Sorry. Back on task.
Attraction.
Is there anything you'd like to know before we head inside?
Did Yannick say he and Melody had a falling out?
He did, and I can't shine much light on that. I know that System 1 worked with Flower to help develop the first operating systems for the direct link virtual reality implants, so perhaps it happened during that time. Also, Flower eventually went with a different company for future models of the implant, but there was never any public talk of a personal falling out between the heads of the companies.
Well, it's probably one of those, mutual
I'll scrape the mesh for more rumors,
listen,
but they'll only be that, rumors.
I don't like how you run the business, you don't like how I run the business, so I'm gonna go.
I can do my best to parse fact from fiction, but it blurs too much for me to be sure what's real.
It's alright, buddy. Give me a rundown of Flower Cybernetics.
Flower Cybernetics was established in the early 2000s by Melody's mother, Antonella.
Oh, interesting.
It started out developing cutting-edge medical tech, including advanced prosthesis and nanoparticle diagnostic and treatment technologies. They were vastly successful when they perfected the first synthetic nerve mesh, allowing direct connection and control between the nervous system and a cybernetic prosthesis. The majority of their early projects were defense technologies for the American military,
Also interesting.
developing ruggedized military prosthesis for use on injured soldiers, and then eventually electively for special forces.
I wonder if that was what's happening here, and if that's why they went Turing.
This research line culminated in the development of brain-controlled
Sorry,
androids
bring in some
as
coffee.
shock
My
troops,
throat's all
long
red.
since barred by international law. Melody took over the company from her aging mother, and she fought against developing further military hardware from that point on. She pushed the company to use the BCA technology for the company's original goals of medical advancement, as well as developing the first direct link virtual reality implants. The company is largely successful on a global scale, despite continued legislative movement against extensive cybernetic use, especially brain implants.
Oh, yeah, that stupid freaking. What are they called? Human rights thing that we had to talk into.
Not a whole lot. She's largely private, in contrast to her mother's penchant for courting a media circus. Several biographies of former Flower executives show her as intensely passionate about demilitarizing the company to the point of absolute viciousness in the boardroom. But it's been a long time since her days of fighting for the company, and she's since stepped away from the helm. There's talk that she's lost her spine in her old age, but
Well, maybe she should find it. It's probably under the couch. You know how old people
well,
are.
I'd take that with a grain of
Sorry.
salt. She may have retreated from the corporate battlefield, but you don't change the entire direction of a company as large as Flower if you're a quitter.
Truth.
Stay on your toes.
Let's go ahead and head on in.
No time like the present, then.
As long as she's not dead. Okay, is there anything I can touch? Ooh, it's a bear. Small scale bear statues guard the entrance to the mansion. Oh, cute. Okay. Ding dong. Oh, it's a bear! It's a bear! Look at him! Hi, is Melody home? I want it.
Your guess is as good as mine. Mine says we can go in. Should we?
Yeah, I mean, he left the door open.
Oh, wow! Swanky!
I do like it, and I like that she just has a fucking bear butler. Swanky.
What? I have been trying to increase my usage of colloquialisms. Is swanky too out of date?
I don't know, I like it.
It's certainly before my time.
Oh, Ms. Flores! Excuse us for the intrusion. My name is Turing, and
Oh, I know who you are.
She's definitely one of those older ladies that's a hottie.
hey,
like, yeah, but still
I
hot.
can explain. I know you don't like Dr. Fairlight very much, but I assure you there's a situation.
Fairlight? I didn't realize Hayden's research had become a charity case. Though I suppose little boy Yannick will throw money at anything that raises his profile on the mesh.
Melody's the one
Wait,
throwing shade.
you know Hayden?
I love
Also, we actually only just met Dr. Fairlight yesterday.
Oh, that's too bad. Now Pat won't have to eat you.
it. The bear's name is Pat. Oh, Pat.
What?
Though I'm not sure your gears would have been good for his digestion.
Actually, madam, I'm not comprised of gears.
Well, either way, he's on a diet.
Pat's like, and I don't like it.
This philosophy is how I lead my
So
life.
cute.
Sometimes you eat the bear, and sometimes the bear, well, he eats you. Do you understand?
Not really.
Look, I don't have all day to entertain you, Turing, nor your new friend. Not even for Hayden.
My name is Victor.
You don't have time to
Oh,
waste if
friend.
you're going to
But
find
we are
him
friends,
either.
but my name is Victor.
Right.
Listen, lady. What is this? Stop. He's a cat. The most regal-looking robotic cat in the world sits prim and proper on the fainting chair? Fainting chair. Touch it. You give the cat a pet. The name on her collar says Lily. I want one. They look too good to eat. That might be the point. Oh, they're just there for show. Okay, stop. There we go.
If you were one of Fairlight's worker bees, you wouldn't have made it through the door. So why are you here to badger me about poor Hayden?
You have me at a disadvantage, Ms. Flores. You seem far ahead of us on this matter.
Just call me Melody, darling. And of course. But I'll share a secret or two with you.
Uh-huh.
I have so many questions. Do you know what's happened to Hayden?
I wish I didn't. Maybe you don't want to either.
Kind of the whole point of our adventure here.
Please, Melody, any information you might have. We haven't had access to any of his research notes, and couldn't track down any collaborators he may have been working with. Perhaps if we know more, we might be able to nail down a solid motive.
Well, I don't know if I can speculate on that, beyond the usual corporate infighting. Not that Parallax is known for that, of course.
This is more than corporate infighting. A bunch of people are dead.
We had been catching up recently, and he mentioned feelings of being watched. He started to worry he had been discussing your development with the wrong people. When he stopped returning my calls, and now that you've shown up with a total stranger, it becomes clear what
I'm not a
happened.
total stranger. My name is Victor.
I see. Can you tell us anything else about his disappearance?
Oh, I'm afraid not, dear. I've been around long enough to know what's coincidence and what isn't.
We were hoping you might be able to shine some light on my origins. Fairlight mentioned that you had worked with Hayden in the past.
I see Hayden didn't neglect curiosity in your personality makeup.
Yeah, this is because Turing's he's an actual person here, Melody. Okay? Don't talk down to him like he's a bot. Because he's not just a bot. I just noticed your bear's wearing a vest. That's adorable.
Well, you and I
Just got
haven't
distracted.
properly met, but considering how often Hayden badgered me for design schematics of Flower's latest neural implants, I might as well be your aunt? We'll go with that. I wouldn't mind being an aunt, even to a blue-headed robot.
I'm touched, Melody.
That's
Well
that's
then,
sarcasm, Turing.
I'm willing to answer your questions. For now.
How did you help Hayden with Turing?
Indeed, I don't see the connection between your company and Hayden's research into machine sapience.
Oh, Hayden wasn't researching machine sapience. At least not primarily. Not to diminish the importance of your creation, Turing, but it's best you know the truth. Hayden is mainly interested in developing a way to transfer human consciousness into a machine matrix.
That must have been what he did with Turing.
You can see why neural implants would obviously be an integral part of that.
Oh, I didn't realize.
How would Turing's development help with digitizing the human mind?
The concept of transferring the human mind into a computer has been an attractive goal for decades. Functional immortality is a powerful lure. The brain is an immensely complicated machine, and even though we know the right buttons to push to make pictures show up, we still can't replicate the entire thing as a technological construct. Even with the virtual reality implants, we're really just relying on the brain's ability to make sense of nonsensical signals. So Hayden decided the best way to make a machine more like the human brain would be to work in the opposite direction. Instead of mimicking how the human brain worked, he started writing code that mimicked the functioning of the human mind. Think of it like convergent evolution. Two species adapt in similar ways, but on completely different continents. Hayden is a crack programmer when it comes to information collating. It's why Parallax hired him when they did. So he wrote a bunch of self-modifying learning algorithms that were, frankly, baffling and let them loose. Poke and prod them here and there to make sure they value the same things humans do. And we
So, Turing
eventually
is
end up with
functionally
you,
human.
Turing.
Interesting. Hayden never revealed any of this to me.
I imagine he's pretty tight-lipped. You were the first prototype he considered a real success, and he was afraid of contaminating your development before he had a chance to make good observations.
Can you elaborate on your involvement?
Phew, if you can even call it involvement. It's a small city, and if you're in the tech sector, you are never more than 2 degrees removed from anyone else. When he started looking into this pet project of his, he came right up to my door and demanded access to the research logs behind our earlier implants.
You either give me what I want or I'll take your bear.
Cheeky, but it was impactful and disruptive, as they like to say around here. I couldn't care less about Flowers' patents anymore, so I gave him what he wanted, just to see what he would do. I'm frankly more impressed than I expected I would be, but don't tell him that.
Don't worry. I won't.
Yeah, he's dead, Melody.
Oh, that was a compliment, dear.
Hayden wasn't invested in Turing's development. I don't see that as true so much.
Sure.
What's the story between you and Fairlight? I might have to.
Oh,
Maybe not.
hell, that old bastard and I have been flashing daggers at each other for the better part of 20 years. I contracted out the software development for our first-gen direct-link VR
can't
neural
stop looking at
implants
the
to
bear.
System 1. Things were going great, but after the first models sold like gangbusters, Yannick tried to get into bed with me, literally. I turned him down, very politely, I might add, and then, suddenly all of the cooperation between our companies dried up.
Oof.
We've been at it back and forth ever since.
So what you're saying
I'd be
is he's a
damned
child.
careful about trusting him if I were you.
But what about his, dude that hangs out with him? That guy seemed pretty chill.
He's a snake, and he'll do anything he can to get what he wants. Still, I suppose if he tried again now, I might not turn him down.
I mean, yeah, you don't have anything that he wants. You know, because you're not working at your business anymore. So it makes sense.
It would be fun to needle him about me still having my own company when he doesn't have his.
I think that's everything we need to know.
Good. I can get back to my retirement.
Thank you for your time, Melody. We'll be in touch later.
Yeah.
Oh, one more piece of information for you, if you'd like it. I've got the contact info for a Vincent Mensa, who I think might be of help to you. Vincent was working more closely with Hayden inside Parallax, mostly on his company-approved research on data collating algorithms for the mesh. I'll send him a message and ask him to meet you somewhere.
Oh, one of these people's
He
evil.
owes me a favor anyway.
Oh, they're all
And
evil.
might be able to
Yeah,
give
one
you
was a
some
bear.
more information on anything else Hayden may have been working on.
That would be fantastic, Melody. Perhaps Golden Gate Park?
Be careful, Turing. I don't like Fairlight's stench all over this scenario. Don't show him too many of your cards.
Yes, ma'am.
Cards? This euphemism is unfamiliar to me.
Don't tell him anything if you can. Fairlight is more dangerous the more he's informed.
Alright. We don't have his card
Thank you,
anymore,
Aunt Melody. Wish us luck.
so we can't call him anyway. Aww. Can I touch your cat again? Hello, cat. Hello. Aww. Robot felines are double humorless. Okay. Can I scratch you? Pat his abilities but are not yours. He will offer service when and only when his mistress permits. I just wanted to pet him. I just wanted to pet the bear. Okay. We're gonna save this. We're gonna save it. And we're gonna leave it here. Holy crap. Jesus. Nope. There we go. I'm like, I clicked on it. We'll go over here. Boom, new save. My name is Victor. Victor the Vicious. Not really. I'm about as vicious as a kitten. Alright. So we found that other people are now being murdered because someone is following us. Charlie Nova's dead, that guy we went to see is dead, and Nonya's dead. So hopefully Melody here doesn't wind up dead, and I'm sure there are other people like Tomcat we should be warning. Stuff like that. Sorry, jeez, I don't know why I'm yawning. Yeah, everyone's dying. We're at the center of it. Hopefully we can, we can stop whoever's doing this. I don't know if asking that last question at all was relevant in any way. I kind of feel like it wasn't, just because I think Turing would have taken it in a very not so nice way, so we're just gonna leave that one. And of course I can always go back and ask later if I want to and see if there's any relevance to it. But yeah, this game is awesome, and you know, it's getting a little cray-cray. So yeah, when we come back next time, we are going to go to Golden Gate Park and talk to this Mr. Mensa, who she's going to contact for us, and see if we can get any more answers, because so far we've gotten barely any answers about what's happening. Now we know why Turing was being developed, and that's why he's like wanted so bad by the enemy. So yeah, this game is awesome. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time, okay? Alright, bye!